everyone. How are you guys and gals doing today? Man, we have some reports going on concerning Conan the Barbarian with the Pagans Motorcycle Club. It's coming out of Gangster Report. Again, I do not know if this is true because there is no sources that he put up in his article. You know how we usually put ours up on the screen? Well, there's no sources on this one, but he put up two stories, and if true, this is pretty messed up in my eyes. So we're going to be talking about this one specifically. We'll get back to the other news, you know, throwing in the motorcycle events, all that good stuff on Monday segment of the show. Later on over on Motorcycle Madhouse, we're going to be actually talking about why do people rat? Why do they become informants? But coming up is Conan the Barbarian. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to, there's two stories that he did, and we're going to kind of give you a background because we actually covered this when it happened. Conan was at a party. Somebody ratted him out on a gun deal. And as you know, Conan is a felon. So, of course, that they got him with a gun. If you ask me personally, when somebody does their time, pays their debt to society, I believe that they should get their gun rights back. Now, I can't agree with you. It depends on the crime. Like the little, they go after kids and stuff. No, you don't get your gun rights back. You're despicable human beings and all that good stuff. But as far as other respectable crimes, if you would say, you should be able to get your gun rights back. So what they did was use this against him, and I believe it was a 3-year deal, and he was in federal custody. Now, Gangster Report is saying that the Suffolk County is now getting them. They try, and that's what I don't understand here. I really don't. And again, if this is true, because we haven't gotten no source material for this, it's pretty messed up. They wait till he does his entire Fed time, and then they say, got you again. We're going to put you at the state level. So I think he's facing another 2 years or 3 years if this is the case. So let's go to Gangster Report stuff. Again, it's gangsterreport.com. And this is by Scott Bernstein. Now, again, there's no source material. You got to make up your own minds on this. We're trying to find source material on it, but we wanted to show it to you because a lot of it's been emailed to us, the article and stuff. Breaking news, Suffolk County may want another piece of prison time for Pagans MC Titan Conan Richter in a different gun case. Now, I think that's, let's see here. Was that the gun that was found in his apartment? We don't know. It goes on to say, and this is of August 10th, so he would have been getting out yesterday. Conan continues to be public enemy number one for law enforcement on the East Coast. And 30 months in the can just might not be enough to satisfy the powers that be. Now, that I can't doubt, man. You know, cops are always after these guys. Always. And like I said, it's pretty messed up if they did do this to them. New York prosecutors out of Suffolk County could take custody of Pagans Motorcycle Club national president Keith Conan the Barbarian Richter after his release from federal correctional facility where he served 2.5 years for a highly publicized gun possession case per sources. And that's that right there. We got to know some sources. Suffolk County also nailed him in 2021 on a separate, lesser-known gun case stemming from a raid of his home on Long Island, in which a gun was discovered on the dresser next to Richter's bed. That's true. That was a little-known gun case. A lot of people didn't cover that one because the federal one took precedent because of what happened coming back from that party. How are you going to know he had a gun unless somebody went and ratted on him? Now, what's very interesting about this story, if this is the case, and this is all speculation right now, that the feds told the state to back off because they had other things going on around that time. There was a lot of guys from the Pagans that went down on RICO at that very time. So if the state got involved, that would have ruined the federal RICO case, and that would have brought their informants out into the limelight, because informants, when you're in court, they got to disclose who they are. But at the same time, the feds are kind of tricky, man. They will hide it even from the court. They'll hide all the paperwork. They'll hide that the person was ever an informant if it's a high-level type of deal. They're crooks, man, these cops. As of right now, it doesn't look like state prosecutors are satisfied with him only doing Fed time and may grab him for another year or two by the end of this week, and possibly as early as Thursday, which would be today, before he walks on the Fed case again, according to sources. And then it goes on to tell you what the case was, as what it was in Mercer County, New Jersey, back in February 2021. A truck he was a passenger in on the night of February 20th was pulled over shortly after him and his driver had left an annual Pagans party. And then it goes on to how he supposedly became a boss and other ones. But that's the one story he broke. And now it says state authorities in New York grabbed Pagan MC boss. And this was 15 hours ago. So he's saying that he's gone. He's off the street again. He didn't even get to see the street before he tastes freedom from the Fed case. August 10th, another 2 years behind bar is on the menu for the man they call Conan the Barbarian. Authorities in Suffolk County, New York, took custody. And this just came up, so I haven't been able to look at, you know, if Suffolk County has an inmate type of deal where you to look them up to see if they're there. But he's saying they took custody of the notorious Pagans Motorcycle Club national president, Conan the Barbarian, after his release from a federal correctional facility in New Jersey, where he served 2.5 years for a highly publicized blah, blah, blah. Now, it said police in Suffolk County arrested him in a separate, lesser-known gun case from that year, and he owes them a two-piece, according to this article. It originally appeared as if Richter was going to be freed this week and returned to his post as the gangster report says Pagan's overlord, but we don't know that to be the case. So that is what Gangster Report right now is reporting on this. And again, we're going to go scurry some sources to see if this is true. If you get a chance, go on Suffolk County's website if they have one. Again, not everybody has the inmate lookup type of deal, but this would be very interesting. This is like vindictive stuff that law enforcement is doing to him. Because if you got a federal case, why didn't you just bring in the state case at the same time? No, what they did was what they always do. They're idiots. Well, you can't say idiots because they're doing this now, but they're, you know what? It's a third world type of dictatorship through law enforcement for what they're doing by waiting for him to do his Fed time and then boom, hit him with the freaking state time stuff. And according to Gangster Report, they took him in custody on this one. So we'll see. We'll do some more research for you. Try to find out more information on this. But sad state of affairs right now when a government does that to people just because they don't like you. You have to remember that if you get on the government's radar, they will do everything and anything to make your life miserable. And it looks like that's what they're doing right now. Conan's 64 years old. If he has to do another 2, you're looking at 66 by the time he comes out. He's getting up there in age now, and they know it. So anyway, we're going to go to the second half of the show right now. Don't forget Madhouse Radio over on YouTube, as well as motorcyclemadhouse.com. You to listen to it live on the radio. We're going to be talking about why is it people feel like they need to be an informant, especially when they know the game they're getting into. Accept their punishment if you get caught. Pay that piper, baby. Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong.
Is an in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.
Introducing the all-new service from Insane Throttle, Motorcycle Madhouse Radio. 24/7 and nothing but the best in 80s till today rock and metal, baby. And here's an added bonus. You can now listen to Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show with Hollywood and Chinatown live on the air. Go to motorcyclemadhouse.com and bookmark the radio station and get down with the king of biker radio.